2023. What really happened? I will go through some of the videos that I have created this year. Some top list, some bottom list, and some other things that happened. And of course, some shit list. So yeah, here we start. Put the boat into the water pretty early in April. I will lower the music a bit so I don't get too much copy strike here. So a new season has started, yeah, perfect. Started with that rudder tiller went off. Bad omen maybe. And I haven't created my self-tacking jib yet, so yeah, that was the first. Try to get everything working. Then I will switch to the next video where all the shit going down. A great day with me and Henrik. First race of the season, I think it was, and the mast fell down. Really bad start of the season. It was a pin in the front that I didn't put tape around it. It was losing itself out, and during the first downwind the sprint fell off totally, and then when we sheeted in on the first upwind, the mast fell down. Really bad start of the season, and luckily no one was hurt. I didn't get hurt anything, and the boat survived pretty well. No damages whatsoever, I would say. The sail gets a rip, but my good friend at Lund's Sail, Rasmus, fixed it within a week. So yeah. Next up, yeah, during the winter I built an electric boat for my kids. And me and my daughter Molly was testing it out. She's working with the LED light, and it turned out pretty well. The battery was not charged too much when we tested it, but not bad at all. Very small engine, but a very large stereo or speakers. So we didn't go with it too many times. Maybe because the summer was so rainy, but the boat was very nice, and hopefully we will use it more next year. So yeah. Maybe I can see here when we are going. Yeah, it went maybe just 3 knots, 3.5 knots, something like that. Molly thought it was absolutely good enough. I think we need to go at least 5 times that speed. Anyway, next up, me and my dad is out. First trip after we put up the mast. I think we sold it. Put up the mast within a week or so, so that was very good. But I can confess that it felt very, I'll say, not unstable, but I was uncomfortable the first couple of times actually that I was sailing after this mishap. Anyway, everything went good. Next up, Club Race 3. I think we missed one of them there when the mast was down, me and Henrik, maybe nothing special that we didn't put up the Jennaker. We were very lazy, just cruising around. My friend Jimmy built a foiling board by himself, and I was doing some filming, also some testing. The weather in Sweden was, I would say it was sunny for 8 months. Not 8 months, 8 weeks in a row before all the rain came. So the first part of the season was really nice. Don't know if it's bad. It was super tricky anyway to go with it. Jimmy learned, but it was very, very tricky. I think you need a lot more practice. Next, Orust Runt. I haven't sailed that for maybe 10 years, and it was very few boats in the race, like 6 I think, or was it 7? 6 boats. A great day, very sunny, not much wind at all in the beginning. I was flying with my drone. We were starting last of all the boats. Here you can see the track from Uddevalla out to Gullholmen, and some shit happens this race as well, but we'll come to that. First shit happens to the Smiling. He ended up on this island twice and had to back off. I don't think I added that to the video, or maybe I added it in the end. Anyway, he was unlucky with the current and the wind, I think, or something. It's the first obstacle of the start, 100 meters, and let's see. Yeah, we put up the code 0 right away. Stefan Dahlqvist joined, not the race, but he joined a bit with his Far East 28 and a super large Jennaker. He was catching up very, very nice there. Anyway, after we reached the end of the archipelago and we were, what did we do? We furled out the code the second time here, and the jib was trashed, and I had to go to Lundsail and Rasmus once again. It felt like I was there every week with something that he had to fix that I messed up. So it was the clue here from the code that gets stuck in the jib, and it was a huge rip in the jib. You can't see it really here, but we have to furl in half of it, and when the wind died, it was there you can see. It was not so good to have so little sail left, and it was upwind 1 meter per second, or maybe 1 knot of wind the last part here. Really nice summer evening, but not so good to rip up the, and we couldn't stay. We didn't have time to stay in Gullholmen, so we just went to the finish line here. You can see the small jib, super small, and then we went into the harbor, turned around out again, and then went home and was back in Uddevalla super late. Next, when Helmsman Late to work, here it is, what I was thinking. I had a friend from work sailing with us this day, but Henrik was super late, and you can see 2 minutes to start here. We hadn't practiced anything, almost anything before. He parked his car, jumped on board, and then it was 2 minutes to just start. We were coming with little too high speed as well. Yeah, hello. Yeah, there we go. Enough introduction. Then went out, starboard start. Is it Dominant 95 and Melges tried to push us a bit here in the start. I remember it was some shit going on. Okay, it was close. Don't know where we came in the race. Probably not. It was a good track, but maybe the wind was not enough. Did we set Gennaker? I don't know. Next up, Lerkil Archipelago race. Very close to my home, so I just went there, did some filming because it was a great day and I was in the neighborhood. So I was flying with my drone, catched a bit of it, I would say. I think I came a little late to the start because I didn't know exactly the time for all the boats. So I got some of it, and then it was some nice filming anyway. I don't know if you catch the end of it or finish line. Some good drone videos anyway. Next, Lysekil race. I think they're one of my favorite videos this year. I don't know if anyone else liked it that much, but I got some good video from my drone. Got some map. Yeah, you see, not the best for a trimaran. Upwind, then downwind, and then some short wind from the side, and then yeah. But it was cool to do some filming with the drone and also then be in the race. I was sailing with my dad. Henrik couldn't join this day, so and he was in the harbor already, so it was like a perfect fit to do that. Lots of fast boats, super good condition, and for sailing, I would say, on the Swedish west coast. Pretty warm. Yeah, really nice race, and it was the first boat to the finish to win, and we had to catch up with all of them. It was nearly impossible, of course, but catch up with some. Here you can see the X332 that we managed, Bosse Kallenberg, that we managed to pass some minutes before the finish line. We got up the code 0 and they couldn't do anything about it. Then we had Göran in front. We really wanted to beat him here. It was so close, but we didn't manage. He was too fast. So yeah, one of the better. Put that on the top list at least. Then season finale, club race and last race before the summer break, and it was no wind at all. And in this condition, you can see, we are moving. It's not bad at all. You can also see the mainsail. It's a lot of repairs there. Did we have we had the big jib. Yeah. So we moving when the other one is standing still. So doing one knot and other. Also, my friend Jonathan was on board, and we did some swimming in the end because it was too good weather to not do it. Great finale, and we also finished. What's next? Then it was the big Bohusracet 2023. It's always no wind or a lot of wind. And this year it was a lot of wind. More wind than usual. We had like plan A, of course, to go to the finish line, but it seems too impossible. So plan B we were aiming for right away. Just go to Marstrand. That's like a fifth of the race distance. But we didn't even manage that because it was too much wind. So we ended up in Stenungsund. Let's move forward. Yeah, you can see two reef and my small self-tacking jib here that we were pushing a bit. Lund sail actually changed my second jib to fit my self-tacking track that I built or installed, and it worked better than expected. But we were doing 11 knots upwind at some point. We could also see on the tracker afterward that we were the second fastest boat to Stenungsund. Only Anders Dalsjö was faster, I think, but that didn't help if we stopped sailing. 10 years ago was the last time I finished this race, Bohusracet. It seems to be always bad weather, or I have two extreme boats. This year only 10 boats finished, and of 100, so it was a bit rough, you can say. You can see the tracker there. We even got like a multi-hull symbol. It's a catamaran, but good enough. So lawless. Yeah, we were first there at some point, and then we have to tack more, and we were pretty fast. And then here we abort everything. Stenungsund on the Swedish west coast. Yeah, too much wind, and we ended up in a bar instead, drinking beer instead of finishing the race. Maybe next year, maybe never, who knows. It's too difficult race, maybe for me. What else? Then we have a summer. I was on a trip with my family to Cyprus. We went to a cruising catamaran in Ayia Napa. Amazing weather and location and so on. The catamaran could have been a very fast boat. It was stripped from the boom was raised like 3 meters, 2 meters, and stripped from the mainsail. And it still had all the cool gears, harken all over the place, but we didn't have much sail, and like a second level here to fit more people. It's not so fast, but it was a really nice tour, and I did some filming with my sister and others, and doing some stops and swimming, and in the end I got the opportunity to steer the boat into the marina, Ayia Napa marina, I think, or I got some help as well, but it was really cool with the twin engine, and you could control the boat pretty well. I don't remember exactly how many horsepower, but maybe it was 100 horsepower in each engine or something like that, and it was quite cool to steer the boat for motor. It was doing like 12 knots with the motor, so good tour in Cyprus. Then back home, me and Henrik were preparing for the Hasselön Runt, and that small unofficial race around the island on the Swedish west coast, and I was sailing an Optimist around to the other side just to have it on the right place the next morning. Henrik was sailing his Trissjolle. I didn't think he could keep up in the light wind, but he did some progress. Maybe he was cheating. Probably he was cheating with something. But it was a nice evening. Yeah, there you have. He put up the spinnaker. The spinnaker actually he borrowed from my dad that we have to our Trissjolle. It looks like it's some years old. Let's say that. Polish colors, nice. So it was in no race, but very fun to sail Optimist again. Even this false lead could have been in a better shape. You could have changed everything. Oh, you can see the pump still hanging from the front. Okay, maybe that was a cheat Henrik was doing. Shit. A nice evening anyway. What's next? Yeah, then it was the race Hasselön Runt by itself. The race record I think is 30 minutes, and there you can see the island. It's very shallow on the north side here, and then some other island taking the wind, and then you have to do some up. It's tricky. It's small. It looks very small, but it's tricky, not easy at all. I got some company from like 4 kids that joined, and some of the kids' dad Linus joined as well. So we were 6 people on board. Henrik was sailing in his super heavy trees filled with water and other things. Little trees as well. Little to little wind for us, but I hope the kids had a great time. It's never easy to go fast around the island. Yeah, and Optimist they had a worse day. The wind died for them, so yeah, it was not easy. Then Hermanö Runt, I was actually again in pretty close. I was in Nösund, so that's pretty close to the start of Hermanö. I didn't sail, but I thought I could do some filming. It was a very windy day from the south, so I thought it could be some excitement to film next to Gullholmen. And if boats came here with Jennaker or Spinnaker and so on, it could be some cool stuff. So yeah, some got in some trouble. That always gets a good video, but at some places it was actually too much wind, so they took down the spinnakers completely, and then it was not that fun. I regret I couldn't film the start and not the finish line either, so I know some people liked my video here from Hermanö, but I was missing so many parts. I didn't make a complete race of it, or I mean I could have done it much better, much better. But yeah. Then when I was going home, I think I met, when I was going home with a ferry, I met my friend Staffan that has won the race and many other races. And he actually did some short film for me with his cell phone here on the finish line. So okay, at least something. I don't know if you like when I do lots of filming of the race without me sailing. I got some comments that that's much better that I don't sail, but some say the opposite. Myself, I like sail, of course, so I prefer to be in the race myself. Thanks, Staffan. Yeah. And then what's next? Hans, yeah. I think somewhere here the weather changed in Sweden. Maybe it was even before. After that it was only storm and rain and so on. Here is just some videos from me and Zoe. We went to the Lerkil where you saw the previous race, and it was so much wind, and I would say the rest of the season was rainy and windy. So what day was this? Try to stay on board, and I was just out a day doing some downwind, some solo sailing. So I went to Ljungkile, I think, some solo sailing. And you can see I have the instrument looks different. That's because I think I edited the video I'm at my parents' house and used my mother's computer, so therefore the heads-up displays is different. And I met some catamaran from Germany visiting Uddevalla. I turned around, did some catching up with them, and it's a cruising catamaran. So it was not fair sailing. You can also see my seats that I put on the side when I'm sailing solo. It's really nice to sit. I will improve that next year for sure, but the idea, I like the idea to sit there in the chair and it's very comfortable. Bye Edel. Here is my video from my big rant. I was sailing a bit of the Swedish west coast and did a rant of stupid things that happened during sail, mostly motorboats and so on that I met. But I was before this I was actually out with the family, but the weather was so bad, so they went back home again, and I sailed the boat to Uddevalla. And that day actually it was sunny. It was pretty good weather, so I was missing them. So I had a self-tacking jib and code zero and full main, and it was so many things that happened. So lots of cruisers out there, some cool sailing boats, but mostly stupid. Not that boat. Stupid motorboats that were in the way or making huge waves, and annoying things in general. Okay, I was the annoying one that were racing in the Mollösund, but except from that, a long rant, but also a good sailing day. So yeah, this typical situation. So I didn't catch, maybe I catch half of the shit that was happening during my sail. But it is like a regular day, and lots of stupid people going too fast, too close this narrow path. The Coast Guard should be here, or the police. I know some people think the video was funny. Maybe I will make a longer one next year, sailing maybe even more north. Next time it's lots of other places where shit going down. Then in the end I met some cruisers that were pushing the limits with knackers and so on. Nice to see. Then what's next? I had another outfit this day. It felt like every boat we were sailing against is from the 80s, except our boat. Still they're beating us in the handicap easily. I don't know what that how that comes. So nothing special with this club race, just a good day. It was sunny. I didn't expect that, but yeah. Here is more like it. So family trip to Bohus Malmön, and rainy, windy, and the kids liked the speed of the boat, but it was not that great weather. But it was the last family trip for a season, so it could come out. So we tried to learn to steer a bit. Kind of not so easy. When we go fast, it's the rudder is a bit hard, I think, for her. 6 year baby here, or 5. And I think I dropped them off a bit earlier so they didn't need to go all the way. Yeah, you can see I was alone. The great beach, but yeah, not so great weather. Clean the bottom a bit. Then it was the big thing here. Silverrudder 2023. It was a race that I only filmed. I had actually prepared a lot, and both with what I was going to do, with maps and list of boats in there, and I also contacted some of the other boats just to make some interviews, so I have prepared a lot. Why did I do this then? That could be a separate video of itself, but mainly one of the coolest race in Europe, I think, and the Silverrudder himself, I can pause here. They always film the start here in Svendborg, really nice, and they have like good comments about all 7 start or something like that. But then after the start, you don't see anything at all of the race. You just see the results in a PDF file 24 hours later, and I think that's very sad. So who knows what's happened during the way, is it any cool location, so on. So I decided to make my own video. I didn't know anyone there. I just went to Svenborg, filmed the start, then I put up some other places where we could go and film. I went there with a friend, Christer, that is also sailing multi-hulls. So we went to northern part of Fyn here and did some amazing filming. We had plans to go to Abelfyr, I don't know how it's pronounced, but then a guy that was fishing, he said, you can not go to that lighthouse here because it's water. It's on a small island. You have to go in the water. So yeah, we skipped that. Then we thought, okay, let's go to Middelfart, but that would be in the middle of the night. We were super tired, so instead, after doing some filming here and here, and we went back to hotel in Svenborg, and then catch the boats during the when they came in during the morning and filmed the finish line. So that was the whole idea of it. And yeah, I met my friend Jan Andersen in the Black Marlin that in the end won the race. Very good done by him, good by everyone that finished the race, but he's very skilled and very friendly. So we did a short interview and was talking about last time we were sailing together, I fell in. And then some other interviews, also talked with Peter Lang a bit about he was sailing the and also a bit of warning, but Peter Lang that was sailing the Dragonfly 40. I didn't get the focus correct on him with my camera. That was not so good by me. But yeah, then I filmed all the start. And we went to the northern part here. Let's see so if I can skip there. I will show. Here you can see I'm filming everything in slow motion. That was by, I would say, accident. The day before I was testing the drone. I borrowed, so I had 5 drones ready for the race, but one of them, the best one, I tested the slow-mo function, forgot to turn it off, so when the first boat came it was slow-mo, but it turned out pretty good, the filming anyway. So yeah, nice, one of the best race I think I have filmed. I hope I can join. So here comes Black Marlin that won race. Jan Andersen, look, it's super nice, very stable, over 60 knots. Yeah, what can you say? But I'd actually done a lot of preparation, both what I'm going to say, and maps and other things. So it was not only by chance, all of it. So yeah, so many cool boats. I don't know if I will going to do the same, film it next year, or do something completely next. So then it was the last race in Lerkil, that is close to my home. So I saw the weather was so good, so I just went down there to do some filming because it looked too good to not do it. So I tried to catch the boats together with the sun and get some sunset and so on. Added some pirate music, I think. Maybe I got a copyright strike for that, but doesn't matter. And yeah, I think one of the best drone not movie or video, but the best lighting and how it turned out and how the boats looked like and so on that I ever done. I think it's better than the Silverrudder, but of course the wind, it was not much wind, so it's difficult to compare, and it was not much history and lore in it. It was just the last club race, so it was not much to say. I don't know the other one that is sailing either, so I didn't have any backstory of any one of them. I think actually I still had the Mavic Air 2 here that I borrowed still, so that's why I could fly so far and do so good filming with it before I handed it back. That's on my top list, I would say. And it was dark before boats. Okay. And what's next? It's Rödöpokalen 2023, so that's second last race of the year for me. Let's check the track. Oh, that was sad. So the worst possible track for multi-hull. Super long upwind, narrow, and then the same way backward and two way. It was no reaching at all. It was, I would say, so many opportunities to do cool things here. So we could go around this island maybe, or we could have rounded this island, or we could done whatever, or done something fun here in the beginning, but management didn't want any other track for Rödöpokalen. They are afraid of any multi-hulls that could do any reaching, so this track it was, sadly. So, but it was good weather, good breeze, better breeze than I expected. Far East was in the start as well, and we had a super close combat. Then you can see, I'm sailing, and it's actually my friend Marcus that is filming the race for me. He lives nearby, so he just went down and borrowed my drone and filmed for me. So he much better drone pilot than me, so lots of good shots here. He was following the boats as long it was possible with the battery we had, and he usually film a lot longer sequences than me, and flying much more smooth. So but we had a close combat with Far East 28 Stefan Dahlqvist, and it was unbelievable close, I would say. We were going much faster, but he pointing higher, so in the end it was almost every tack we were meeting, and it was very close. Here, let's see. It was close, but then Stefan ended up in the mud later. I don't think I had a video of that, maybe, but then he got some stop, and then we could pass him, and we never, he couldn't catch up. You can see how smooth it goes here. Starboard, is he tacking? He will tack. So good filming by Marcus. We can point higher, but then we go much slower, so it's I don't know exactly what's the best angle, but we were close that day. A nice sailing day, really bad track, boring track. Hope it will be better next time. So many opportunities were lost that day, and then we finished first a bit before Then I had a working trip I work sometimes in Poland, Gdansk, and last time I was there I saw a cool yellow Trimaran, so I sent the owner a message and asked, can we sail? And he said, yeah, we can sail. Of course we do. I brought my friend Orust on board, and we we're out sailing with his Newick Val 31, and it was a long way out of the harbor, but then we came out, put up the sail, much more wind than expected. The boat itself was a bit it was fast, but it was I would say not as easily to maneuver as I used to with my boat, so we got in some trouble here as well. But Stefan, the owner of the boat, super friendly, and it turns out we are in the same business more or less, so we actually had a working meeting later on. Super friendly, and hope we can sail more together next year. If I visit Gdansk again, they have some nice club sailing there, and also some regattas that could join, I think. And I got some invite to Sopot sailing club, Sopot multi-hull sailing club by Stefan, and we were passing Sopot here. It's a long beach with a pier, and Sopot is a really nice place. So a really nice trip. And next, then some throwback. This is actually my sister, and we were sailing during, I think it was May, but I didn't find the video until I would say after the season was over, and sadly I lost my 360 camera video here, so it was only a little video from my cell phone that I could use here. We had a pretty good ride. We were sailing the Thursday training track in Uddevalla against some other boats. Leif, you can see in the background, and we were doing very well, only going with the code 0, but we were, it was a nice day. I wish I could find the rest of the video, but I messed it up somewhere. Then, end of the season, I went to Marstrand. I know it was Frostbite there. I brought some filming gear, and it was the CB66 fleets that were sailing. Nearly no wind at all, but they did well. I introduced the boat, went through the track as well, and also did some fuck ups. Let's see here, so I can correct that. Once Jesper, yes, and then who's here? Here, now we can correct it. Anders Hellenkant, I said he was from Denmark. I have got lots of complaints and mails and phone calls and text message and other shit. He's from Sweden. I think Helmsman. I will not say where, because then I will mess it up again, but he's from Sweden. Anders Hellenkant, he's from Sweden. I said he was from Denmark. I did some wrong when I prepared, put something in my Excel sheet, but yeah, he's not from Denmark, he's from Sweden. So big mistake by me, lots of people said. But anyway, a cool regatta. It was snow and very cold, maybe minus, sub-zero for the US watchers, minus 3-5 Celsius. Freezing, water is freezing, that cold. I was flying pretty slow when I was filming as well. Added some like Christmas inspired music and some other things. I can also explain some of the tricks in the book here. Some sound engineering as well. Let me show you the finish line here. I will raise the volume. Well sailed. Per. So here you can hear some wind. You can hear the horn and also some waves. Christer just before you. But the drone doesn't record anything, so everything is sound effects. I just added all sound effects with the horn. It was no horn at all, and it's no finish line. Anything like that. No waves, no wind, no nothing. The drone doesn't catch anything. So just to get a good experience. Race number 3 on this Saturday. It's nothing you can hear during the start either. I added that. So, but it was a nice race. I tried to make something good of it. I will lower the music again here. Very, very tight race, always with the CB. There, another Göran Jonsson. I wrote Johansson. Another mess by me. Then, of course, the Swedish Coast Guard came and wanted to be in the race. They, couldn't they wait the 10-20 minutes? But on the other side, they actually managed their boat pretty well. Was not in the way too much. So okay. They was just curious what is happening in Marstrand that day. Anders Hellenkant igen. Sweden. There you go. Sweden. So the race was 2 days. I've only filmed like 3 of 9 races, so it was not the whole story. The result, however, was very similar to what happened during those races, so it reflected it good. Then we have the tram with a tram boat with Santa, and the Navy was here as well. So much activity, winter day like that. So yeah, this was cool. So that was the second last video, I think, of the year. And then what happened next? Yeah, I had actually longer interview with Peter Quarring that work at Dragonfly, and the Dragonfly 40 was the boat of the year, best Trimaran for 2024. So I did, I think, a good interview with him. I was more focused on make a funny interview, but Peter is very serious, and he answered all my questions very, very seriously. So it was more sales pitch from him than about sailing and having fun. But he's very, very skilled, and he knows his things, can say better than I wish I could sail some Dragonfly, maybe test out some Dragonfly, maybe the Dragonfire at one day, who knows. They have many cool boats, and Dragonfly 40 is one of the biggest, coolest boats, even if it's not full by carbon and that extreme. It has some really cool look, and Peter explained it all in that last video, I think, of the year. So I think, was that the last one? Please comment below. Do you want me to make more sailing videos, or when I'm sailing myself, or do you want me to film more, or do you want me to do something else? I like to do both, especially when it's some unique race when no one else is filming. Then you have the edge to do something by yourself with no other hindering. But then I like even more to be in the race and sail my trimaran and sailing fast. So yeah, that's my passion. But comment below if it was anything special that you liked, or if you wanted me to do something else. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I will follow some advice for next year. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and especially thanks to my family that made it possible every week to do some sailing, some filming, and so on. Extra thanks to Henrik that have been sailing with the whole season. Before we end, one more thing. I have actually got a new location for my boat for next year. So I will not sail in Uddevalla any longer. I will sail much closer to where I live. And that's due to some different reasons. Maybe you know that one of the biggest highways in Sweden was moved by like mud and so on. So that highway is cut off, and my boat is on the other side of that road. So it was very difficult to go the last race to my boat. So I had to do something, and I was very lucky to get a new place here in Valda to have my boat. So maybe I will sail in the Lerkil's regattas that you saw previous, and also sail some in the south of Gothenburg Archipelago, and not sail too much in Uddevalla the next year. So that will be something new. So I can cover some other races, sail some other races, and so on. Thanks again for an amazing year. Thanks to Henrik, my family, my kids, and some other things. And all the happy faces I've seen during the year. Have a great time. See you soon again.